Joburg Crisis Alliance is hosting its 7th summit today. The focus continues to be on the city's deepening water crisis and community-led efforts to come up with solutions. The summit will hear from the Joburg Water Forum on the unstable provision of water, with Joburg Water invited to respond. Now, this comes as many communities continue to face water provision challenges. Newzroom Afrika's Sekhotho joins us now live with more on this story. Katleho, we've just had an interview today, a whole long conversation about the water crisis that doesn't seem to have an end. What can we expect from the summit?
Thank you, Masuchaba. So the Joburg Crisis Alliance, which is made up of various NGOs and civil rights groups, are coming together to discuss the status of the city. And as they gather generally under the motto, Save Joburg. And so this time it's no different. They'll be looking at several issues, the most critical certainly being, as you named, the water crisis in the city of Joburg. One might consider the various water infrastructure decay that can be seen, burst water pipes, people not even having access to water or have running water in their homes. So the city outlining some of the conversations they've been having with Rand Water, Joburg Water, and what that has been looking like. But on a broader issue of service delivery within the city, the Joburg Crisis Alliance will also be discussing what the work of the presidential task team has been doing. And this was a task team that was set up by the presidency in response to when President Cyril Ramaphosa himself walked the streets of Joburg last year and noted his sadness and disappointment at the state of the city. At the time, many people expressed their disappointment that it was only then that the president understood the extent of the damage in the city of Joburg. And so looking at the work that task team has been doing, as well as the water issues in the city. But I do have with me Eunice from the Alliance to give us more details. Eunice, thank you for your time. Just take us through the agenda of today.
Yes, good morning to your viewers. We expect an agenda to cover mainly 3 issues today. The first, as you've mentioned, is the Johannesburg Presidential Working Group. The Joburg Crisis Alliance will share its experience since we started participating in the Presidential Working Group. We'll do a critical assessment of our role in that and our function and our contribution. But the presidency will also be here to provide some sort of an update report on how things are progressing in terms of the key deliverables. So that's the one big item that we'll have on the agenda. The second one, which you've already flagged, is the issue of water across the city. Now, from the third summit that we hosted, we thought that we were getting on top of the water issues. We've had several engagements with the National Department, with Rand Water, with Joburg Water. We participate in Workstream 2 of the Presidential Working Group, which deals with water and sanitation. And we really thought that we are on top of these issues. However, the summit will hear the experience of people across the city, which is a clear indication that we are certainly not on top of the water issues. We have serious challenges, and a water forum will be given the platform to come and present a report on the status of water across the city, and then we'll have to decide what actions are we going to embark on. How do we put pressure on government to address these matters as a matter of urgency? So that's the second thing. The third item, which is for the first time, we will be giving the platform to many organizations that are part of the Joburg Crisis Alliance. And we'll be hearing from citizen groups about what they are doing in their communities to save Joburg.
And so this, just a last one, Eunice, in terms of the community participation, how important is it in these discussions?
Absolutely critical. I think that the voice of civil society needs to be amplified, but I think it's inspirational in terms of what people are doing in their neighborhoods and in their communities. And you'll hear some remarkable work being done. And the more organized civil societies, the more knowledgeable they are, the more educated they are about legislation and how the city functions, the better place they are to be able to address their service delivery concerns. So I think it's an important factor.
Thank you very much, Eunice. We'll leave it there for now.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Chaba, you've heard it there from Eunice from the Joburg Crisis Alliance, just explaining the agenda of the day, certainly looking at the work of the Presidential Working Group, what they've been doing. They expect a report from them, as well as looking at the forum, the Joburg Water Forum, that will be making its own presentation to the gathering today. And this gathering will be made up not just of NGOs, but also community activists. And as he said there, community participation is very vital because, as we know, on the ground, it's them doing most of the work. So certainly that gathering starting in about an hour or so.